Welcome to the Illinois Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Anna, and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on our website. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Illinois. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Viterbo University. Take it away.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Well, thank you again so much for having me today. My name is Chris Porter. I'm an admissions counselor here at Viterbo University. I've been in my role here for just over a year, and I'm so excited to get to be a part of your college search journey. For those of you who have not heard of Viterbo University before, we are a small private Catholic university located in La Crosse, Wisconsin. For those of you that have not had the chance to visit La Crosse or visit our campus before, I can tell you that La Crosse, Wisconsin is very much a college student's paradise. I like to say that even though our campus consists of just about 2,500 students, during the school year, about 17,000 college students are in the city of La Crosse when you factor in two other different institutions of higher education. And so our downtown area is very much catered
from beginning or from current slide to take your presentation into full screen.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
Your presentation is not in full screen. There we go. Perfect.
Okay. All right. I'll keep going. So again, going back to the city of La Crosse, it's an amazing place to get to live. I've lived here for the last 8 years now, whether it's exploring some of our local restaurants, whether it's sampling all the different coffee shops that we have to offer. We also have a beautiful riverside park that's located right next to the mighty Mississippi River. So really all of those different factors have helped us yield that top 10 best small college town ranking according to USA Today. It's something that we're really proud of. And it's something that I think everyone should at least get to experience if they come and visit our campus. Now, moving more in terms of what Viterbo University has to offer you as a student academically, we do have over 40 different undergraduate programs, each of which are housed within 8 different areas of interest. I lost my screen there.
It's still up for me.
Okay, all right, sorry about that. So in terms of some of the programs that I will highlight for you all today, we do have a 4-year engineering program, as well as both holistic and direct admission tracks for nursing. We have one of, if not the top nursing programs in the state of Wisconsin, and so we're very excited to get to share that with you. We have a top 30 music theater program in the country as well, with BFA options included. In addition to neuroscience, sport management, technology education, nutrition science, those are all very strong programs here at Viterbo. We also have computer science joining our list of programs starting in fall 2022. So something that we're really excited to have be a part of our campus. Regardless of whatever program you decide to study, we do have high impact practices. And so these high impact hands-on practical learning experiences can range anywhere from clinicals for our nursing students to financial simulation labs in our Brophy Business Center. We also have internships for all areas, all programs. Our business students actually have guaranteed paid internships as a part of their curriculum. We also have really great research opportunities. Lots of students will have one-on-one research opportunities with faculty during summers. I know one student we had that just graduated who was a tour guide here. Her name was Elizabeth. She actually had a chance to work one-on-one with a professor and study burnt blood samples in conjunction with the La Crosse Fire Department. And those findings actually went on to the FBI. So really cool research opportunities. And then of course, as travel restrictions hopefully continue to be lifted, we will have study abroad be featured more and more as a part of the experience at Viterbo. We also have value-based seminar courses. So this is something that all students will be required to take. These classes will allow for you to continue to not only learn about things in the classroom, but to continue to learn how ethics and morality find their ways into your life, so you can continue to have a purpose-filled life beyond Viterbo University. We also have over 7 different graduate programs. If you want more information about these, I'm happy to get you in touch with our graduate admissions folks, but I wanted to at least include these here so you can see we do have a 4+1 MBA program for our business students. If you study psychology, there's a 4+2 with our mental health counseling program, and many more. Outside of the classroom, we have over 80 different student organizations and activities, ranging from our honors program to our pride club, to even our cheese club, where students will sample cheeses from around the world and go on their famous curd crawls each semester, where they sample all the different cheese curds in the downtown area. We are part of the NAIA for athletics. So this means that we are able to offer students athletic scholarships, very similarly to a Division I NCAA school, right? And as far as our application is concerned, we are going to be test optional for fall 2022. So if you want to submit an application without sending us your ACT or SAT test scores, that is perfectly fine and up to you. They will not impact whether you, some of the merit and need-based awards that you could receive. If you'd like to learn more about scholarships, I did include a link on there. So viterbo.edu/affordable is where you can go to continue to learn about all the different ways that students are able to afford Viterbo University. Once again, my name is Chris Porter. My contact info is down there at the bottom with my email. You can also call our admissions office at 608-796-3010. Thank you again so much for having me and for being here today. If you do have, again, any questions, feel free to reach out. But with that, I'd like to yield the rest of my time to my peer institutions. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Beloit College.
Great. Good evening, everyone. My name is Cherish Golden. I'm an assistant director of admission at Blight College. We are a private, small liberal arts college in Beloit, Wisconsin. I've been at the college for 3 years. Beloit is also my hometown. So I'm here to just share more with you. So every number tells a story. We are a pretty small institution. We have about 1,275 students. They come from almost every state in the US. We have a very high international student population at 17%. They come from over 40 different countries. We have 41% BIPOC students and then 24% first generation. So lots of diversity, a large representation of geographic diversity as well. Some of our most popular majors include anthropology, biochemistry, creative writing, business and economics, education and youth studies, and psychology. We do have 2 teaching museums on campus, the Logan Museum of Anthropology and the Wright Museum of Art. 1 out of 3 students will double major, and 93% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So reimagining advising and mentoring. We want to make sure that students are set up for success right away and that transition to college is smooth. So a main way we do this is through our advanced mentoring program. This is required for first-year students. 372 hours after a student deposits, we will match you with an advisor. All of our advisors are professors, so this is a great initial point person to start gauging with and just speak about what you want to get out of your college experience. Along with that, you have AMP classes, opportunities for professional and personal development sessions, and ongoing workshops and connections. We also have career channels, which are 8 different optional programs where you can get hands-on experience in areas of interest. So with each channel, you have access to on-campus mentors, advisors, different internships and student employment across campus, off-campus opportunities, networking, panels. So our current channels are arts, business and entrepreneurship, health and healing, justice and rights, sustainability, world building, curating and communicating, and sports, fitness, and recreation. You can be involved in multiple channels. You can stay in a channel for a month or all 4 years. It's really designed for you to get what you need and want out of it. So a vibrant community that celebrates you. We are a residential college, so we require students to live on campus for 3 years. So we want to make sure that you have all the resources and support you need while you're here. This picture is the outside of our powerhouse, which is our new student union and recreation center. This opened last year, shortly before the pandemic, but there's something for everyone in this building. So this has been a really great space for students to hang out. There's eating options. There's workout equipment. There's an auditorium, a new pool that people can rent out if there are different student orgs and events. So just really a very innovative space. We are Division III for athletics. So we have 18 varsity teams. We have special interest housing, which is affinity based. So they're off-campus houses and on-campus suites based on major identity or interest. This is something you are eligible to live in as early as being a second semester freshman. We're about 5 minutes away from downtown Beloit. There's a lot of new restaurants and businesses down there. So when students have gotten off campus, they've really gravitated towards this area. We also have our student engagement and leadership department. So they really oversee any involvement, recreation, student organizations on campus. So if you're looking for something to do or how to get involved, this would be a great department to go through. We also have dozens of clubs and intramurals. So just ways for you to really expand on your interest and develop new ones. And then campus employment opportunities as well. So turning challenge into opportunity. We were recognized as the #9 most innovative college in the country by US News and World Report. Our 2020 Beloit Action Plan was a series of academic, personal, and financial support programs in response to the pandemic. We have a 2021 version that has all programs centered around career exploration and preparation. So when the pandemic took off, we wanted to make sure that students remained at the forefront and that their education wasn't continuing to be impacted. We also let students lead charge on behavioral expectations on campus. So our students created our statement of culture. So these are behavioral expectations, policies, protocols for campus life during COVID. And then some admissions facts. Average GPA of our admitted students is 3.32. We have an acceptance rate of 72%. We offer very generous merit aid, so almost 100% of students receive financial aid. We are a Common App member. We do a holistic review. We are test optional, so we don't require an ACT or an SAT. And we also have an application through our website called the Beloit app. And this is all of my contact information. I work with students from Illinois, so I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has or meet with anyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Northland College.
Okay, let me get my screen up. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. It's good to be here tonight. I'm glad to talk to you about Northland and glad that you took the time to learn more about all of these wonderful schools here this evening. So to get us started, Northland College has been around since 1892. And my time with Northland started back in 2012 as a student, graduated in 2016, and I've been here ever since as a staff member. So it's been a pretty exciting road here. Northland, we are up in northern Wisconsin. So we are right at the top of the state where you see that photo there. That arrow, we're right on the Chequamegon Bay region of the Lake Superior watershed. We have the largest body of freshwater in the world, less than a mile from campus, which is something that really impacts not only our mission and vision as a college, but also the student engagement and community, and all of those wonderful things that you get to do as being part of a student at our campus. So here in this photo, you can see Ashland, Wisconsin and our campus. So it starts with our soccer and lacrosse field. That blends into the greater Northland community. And then of course, Lake Superior there down the road. We have about 8,200 people total at our institution, or excuse me, in the Ashland area, with 600 students residing on campus here with the college. Now, learning during Classic. So as I mentioned, we've been around since 1892. So this is not our first go round with a pandemic. And we were founded to help support the local community and have been expanding ever since. up until around 1970, when we took on an environmental mission as an institution. We are one of the nation's leading environmental colleges with a progressive focus on social inclusion and social awareness as well. Now that mission and vision is going to shine throughout everything that you do as a Northland student. We have over 40 different academic programs. Some of those include your traditional tracks such as biology, business administration, religious studies, psychology, but we also have some pretty unique ones like outdoor education, for example, Native American studies, fisheries, wildlife ecology. And again, every single one of those is going to include aspects of environmentalism, sustainability, social awareness as part of being a Northland student and part of that community and mission and vision that we're very proud of as an institution here. Additionally, we are Division III for athletics. So again, even though we're a smaller student body, right now about 38% of our students are also student athletes. So you have the ability to go on the road, compete, continue to be a part of that sport that you've been doing if that's something that you're interested in. Or as you can see in this photo, you can just come and be a part of the community, support your teammates, and really just get out of the room, get out of your comfort zone and just try something different and support other students that way. But again, something that you can definitely be involved in as well with intramurals or just being a part of the team management that way. Now, as I've mentioned a few times, Northland has a unique perspective. We're an Eco-League member institution and one of the founders of that. That's 6 colleges across the country that have a unique environmental focus that you can go and study at no additional cost to you. An example of that would be studying water resources. Lake Superior is abundant with fresh water. Going to the Grand Canyon and studying for a semester is going to look very different, and it gives you that opportunity to have that hands-on experience. We're completely divested from fossil fuels as an institution. We're one of Sierra Magazine's cool schools. We're a member of the Real Food Challenge, and we're also Wisconsin's first bee campus. So again, that environmental and sustainable curriculum shines throughout not only our academics, but also throughout our campus infrastructure as well there. Our community is something that's also incredibly important to who we are as a college. We want to make sure that all of our students feel included, supported, and a part of our broader community. And that's something that we spend a lot of time on working with our students as they come into the institution, and then of course their time beyond our doors as well. And of course that location. So we want to make sure that you're not only getting your hands-on experience on campus and with our research centers, but getting out and exploring the region around us. So with 40,000 acres of freshwater and marine sanctuary and over 1 million acres of natural forest encapsulating campus, you have a lot of really great opportunities to go out and explore those opportunities alongside your faculty members, your fellow students, and all of those aspects coming together to really well-round your educational time as a student there. And again, getting that experience. So getting out and actually trying things hands-on, trying things for yourself, and really learning what you do and don't love about your major, both in our social and our natural sciences. So here you can see an example of a faculty member mentoring some students in the field, getting that hands-on experience and learning about the unique biodiversity here in the Ashland-Chequamegon Bay region. And of course, outcomes, right? So as much as we love having you at our institution, we want to make sure you're successful. So right now we work extensively with our students to make sure that they're prepared for graduate school or that career outcome, whether that's working with your faculty advisor or coordinator of applied learning and research, or some of our research centers here at the institution to make sure that your life beyond our walls continues to enhance you as an individual and as an educator yourself, as a steward of your time here at the college. Now to apply, it's free. We're completely test optional and don't require letters of recommendation either. You also could submit that through the Common App or direct application, which is listed here. And in terms of scholarships and financial aid, like a lot of schools, it may seem scary, but we have some really good scholarships to help with that. With that, thank you for letting me present here today, and I look forward to welcoming some other institutions here.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from St. Norbert College.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Catherine Handcamp. I am the Associate Director of Admission at St. Norbert College, and I'm also an alum of St. Norbert. Keeping with the theme of being in Wisconsin, we are actually just 3 hours north of the Chicagoland area. We're up in De Pere, Wisconsin. So we are Like I said, just about 3 hours north. You have this gorgeous waterfront campus, as you can see. And that's really one of the big reasons why I personally chose to go to St. Norbert, is that you have this waterfront campus, but a really great downtown kind of college feel right where we're at. So we've got restaurants, coffee shops, movie theaters, all of that type of stuff. So great, vibrant campus community for you. And then also you're just 10 minutes away from Green Bay, which is the third largest city in Wisconsin. So the best of both worlds, not right in a big city, but you're right there. Green Bay also has access to a lot of great things for you to do on the weekends, but also, and more importantly, you've got internship opportunities with a number of Fortune 500 and 100 companies that need interns. And there's really not a lot of competition for those because we're one of 2 schools in the area. So a lot of our students are really well sought after for these paid internship experiences. St. Norbert College is a liberal and Catholic arts institution, and one of the things we talk most about is our Norbertine heritage. St. Norbert's actually the only Norbertine college in the entire world, so I would definitely say that makes us pretty unique in that respect. The Norbertines are really well known for their 2 values of radical hospitality and communio, and they're 2 values you hear a lot about on campus. With radical hospitality, you really do have to experience it to understand it, but it really creates an inclusive and welcoming community that you get to be a part of during your 4 years. And then even when you come back as a graduate, it really feels like it's still your home when you're on campus. And then as far as communio goes, we really want our students to be encouraged to respond to the needs of others around them. So although it's not a requirement, about 89% of our students are involved in service during their 4 years. So something that we think think is important as well. Communio also plays a really big role in our campus culture. We have about 2,000 undergraduate students at St. Norbert, so we are a smaller school, but about 98% of our students live on campus all 4 years. So that's pretty untraditional, I would say, from a lot of schools that you hear of, because our students are there all 4 years. You'll be living really close to your classes, about 10-minute walk from one end of campus to the other, and your living options range from a traditional resident hall your freshman year to suite style your sophomore year. To your junior year, you might be houses that are right along the Fox River with a balcony. So the nicest waterfront property you'll ever own, I'm sure, as well as the least expensive. Our apartments have that have vaulted ceilings and fireplaces, which is nice in Wisconsin, as well as indoor parking. And then you also have about 50 homes that the college owns as well. So very independent living as you get to your upperclassmen years. So you feel like you have that off-campus experience, but you're still right there on campus. And best part, laundry's free, right? Because our students are always on campus, they are staying on campus during the weekends too, and it really creates a vibrant campus culture for our students. You'll see we have over 100 plus clubs and organizations that you can be a member of, everything from academic clubs, which I always highly recommend students join, just a way for you to meet some upperclassmen and to network in your area of study. You have faith and service, special interest groups. We're about 15% diversity on our campus, so a lot of multicultural clubs and some activities that they're involved in on campus, especially this month with the Hispanic Heritage Month. And then you also have theater, music, and all of those to belong to. If you're, and even Greek life too, I should mention. If you're an athlete and want to play sports in college, we have 23 Division III athletic teams. We've joined the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. So a lot of our teams are competing now more in the Chicagoland area, which really is adding to our away experience for our students. They have a lot more of their family coming to see them. And we won 5 national championships in men's hockey. So a lot of school spirit on our campus. Of course, you're not going just to have a good time in college, although that's a good part of it. Academics are a really great emphasis for our students. 80 majors for you to choose from. I will drop a link in our chat here for you to kind of take a look at some different programs that you might be interested in studying, but our most popular tend to include our sciences, our business, our education, communications and media studies, and then you see all of our pre-professional tracks as well. But when it comes to it in the classroom, you're going to have a small classroom experience. Our average class size is around 19. The largest you'll ever have is around 30. You're only taught by professors, and you really get to know those faculty members very well. We talk a lot about the ability for you to develop relationships with those faculty members that serve you well throughout your 4 years and after graduation. Our faculty members are doing research. You get to do research alongside of them as early as your freshman year. If they're presenting at conferences, you get to do that as well. And our faculty also serve as academic advisors. So you'll have a professor that you work with every semester to sit down and talk about your courses that you'll take the next semester. And they really help prepare you for everything from what courses you'll take, to helping you prepare for a semester abroad. Take advantage of all of those as well. As far as it goes with our campus, we've done about $150 million in renovations. So a lot of new types of things that you get to have on our campus, all from private donations. You'll see our Science Center. We've actually built the Medical College of Wisconsin's partnership with them. And we're actually the only small liberal arts college in the country with a medical school right on campus. So pretty impressive with that if you are interested in sciences. Our cafeteria, I have to mention, we've been ranked number 4 in the state, and 4 in the nation for best food on a college campus, and number 1 in Wisconsin. So I'm sorry to my colleagues from Wisconsin, but we've got the best food. If you want to know more about the application process, rolling admissions, we are on the Common App, and we are test optional. And if you, of course, have more information about the college, I'd love to share, but feel free to reach out if you want to learn more about the school. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Next, you'll be hearing from Marquette University.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Jeanette Von Hayden, and I am one of our 3 regional admissions counselors here in the Chicagoland area that recruit for Marquette. We are located right up the interstate in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So only about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on where at in the Chicagoland area or Illinois that you live in. We're really excited about this connection, and is part of the reason that a large number of our students are coming from the state of Illinois. Marquette University is a perfectly medium-sized school. We have just over 8,000 undergraduate students. We do have opportunities for PhD programs, graduate school, things like that. And so when you add in all of those students, we have just under 12,000. That number is our sweet spot. It allows our students a range of opportunities. It gives you small average class size, right around 23 students, while still having access to things like undergraduate research, internships and co-ops, and attending athletic events and cheering alongside 14,000 other fans. Athletics is a really big part about Marquette culture that we'll talk about in a little bit, but there's a lot of great opportunities for our students. As far as some other big important numbers for you, we have just over 80 undergraduate majors. All of our academic programs are direct entry. This means when you get to the application process, you will actually be able to apply right into one of our undergraduate colleges and start in that curriculum from day 1. And that allows our students to really reaffirm if this is the career path for them, but also explore some other opportunities as well, if that turns out to not be your option. We have over 325 student organizations. So beyond the classroom, your opportunities to continue your education and your experiences will be plentiful. On your screen here, you see those 7 undergraduate colleges. As I mentioned before, those are all direct entry. So you will be able to take some intro classes within, say, the College of Business. Maybe you'll take Business Day 1, which allows you to try everything from supply chain management to entrepreneurship to marketing, all within one semester. And students who take that class are able to declare their major by the end of the semester. And so that's really nice for students who might be undecided, or as we like to say, multi-interested at the university. Marquette is also known for our accelerated degree programs. And so there are options for students who are looking to continue your education beyond your undergraduate experience. We have a program called Pre-Dental Scholars, which is an accelerated path into Marquette's dental school. This is the only dental school in the state of Wisconsin. And so each year we have 10 students who are conditionally admitted into Marquette Dental and will take that path. We also have some great options for physical therapy, athletic training, physician assistant studies, and more. We also just rolled out a new STEM MBA program, which allows students who are in a STEM field like engineering or physics to tack on 1 extra year and earn your MBA. So this is a great opportunity for students who are looking for maybe that management business background to partner alongside their engineering or science degree. One of the big identifying factors at Marquette is that we are a Catholic Jesuit university. This informs the mission and the type of education that you're going to receive at the university. The biggest way that you will see the Jesuit influence is in terms of access to education and this idea of cura personalis. This is a phrase that runs through Marquette and you will hear very often as a student, but this means care for the whole person. This informs not only how our faculty and staff are interacting working with our students to make sure you are supported in every facet of your life. But it also informs our students' education and understanding and being able to critically think about your degree and how your experiences will help shape the experiences of others. There is a really big important factor. A part of Jesuit education is service. And so at the university, we complete over 500,000 hours of volunteer work each year, with over 84% of our students engaging in service of some sort, whether that's service learning in the classroom or participating in service through one of our Greek organizations or honors program. Marquette is located right in the heart of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we are still a very urban campus. With that being said, all of the academic buildings at Marquette are highlighted on your screen, and residential buildings. So everything that you will need as a student is about a 10 to 15 minute walk across campus. So no need to coordinate public transportation or, plan 40 minutes in between classes to get across the city. Everything is within walking distance. That being said, we do encourage our students to expand beyond this Marquette bubble. So you are encouraged to explore downtown Milwaukee, which is a pretty big business district. There are about 7 Fortune 500 companies headquartered out of the Milwaukee region. There's also opportunities for ice cream shops and custard and cheese curds, as my Wisconsin colleagues can attest to. Wisconsin is really big on dairy. And so we love being able to embrace that, encourage our students to explore Milwaukee and all that we offer. As far as getting involved, I know I mentioned a few of these opportunities. With the over 325 clubs and organizations that we offer, about 81% of our students are engaged in some sort of club or organization at Marquette, with many of them actually participating in 2 or 3 and also taking on leadership within those experiences. There's also a really strong culture for study abroad if you are interested in leaving the Marquette and Milwaukee community. And last up, I would encourage you to come visit campus. Marquette is on a regular decision timeline, so our application will end on December 1st, with all of our decisions going out by the end of December. Please feel free to contact me if you do have any questions about Marquette, but I look forward to sharing that with you soon. Thanks.
Thank you. Lastly, you'll be hearing from the University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Bear with me as I just share my screen. It should be shared. My name is Nate Rosenberg. I'm an admissions counselor with UW-Madison. Been here for a little bit over a year. I work with students across the Midwest, but specifically in Illinois, I work with those students in greater Illinois. So, the non-Chicago parts. But feel free to reach out to me with questions, and I can put you in touch with the representatives who work in the Chicago and the Chicago suburbs. To get us started, just some numbers, some stats to kind of focus us. So we were founded in 1848, but we do like to acknowledge that we are not the first people who call the land of Madison home. I know most notably, we do have the Ho-Chunk people, one of the 12 First Nations of Wisconsin. They lived here and they called the land Deschutes, which means 4 lakes in the Ho-Chunk language. So just to kind of center ourselves and really understand the land of Madison and UW-Madison. We are a little bit of a larger university with about 30,000, a little bit over 30,000 undergraduate students and a little bit over 8,000 first years in this last incoming class. But as you can see too, with a student faculty ratio of about 20:1, your class sizes are still going to be very manageable. And you're going to be able to find your people on campus. You're able to find that community, which I'll talk about in just a moment as well. But really at the center of UW-Madison is the Wisconsin idea. And this is going to be our guiding principle that the university should improve people's lives beyond the classroom. So this is going to span our teaching, our research, our outreach, and our public service. And just another way of thinking about this is what happens in the classroom doesn't stay in the classroom. So a really clear example of this, we're a top producer in Peace Corps volunteers. Another great example I like to talk about is Move Capital, which is our marketing club on campus. So they provide guidance and assistance to small businesses in Madison. So they're taking what they're learning in the classroom and then working in the community in this extracurricular context while also embedding the community. As far as academics go, we do offer 126 majors and over 70 certificates, which are similar to minors on other campuses. Our 126 majors are across our 8 schools and colleges. This includes our newest major in environmental engineering, which falls under the College of Engineering. And the way UW-Madison does work is you do apply for entry to University Wisconsin-Madison as a whole, and then the college or school is kind of secondary. You know, you can apply later down the road during your time at UW-Madison, or you can apply freshman direct entry to our College of Engineering, our School of Business, as well as our Department of Dance and School of Music. You are still considered for admission to UW-Madison as a whole, first off. Just a little bit ago, I mentioned, finding your community on campus, finding your people. So fortunately, we do have over 1,000 student organizations. I'm glad Chris mentioned their cheese club, because we also have a Badger Cheese Club. So that's for students who really like the cheese and the dairy, like everyone's been saying. And we also have clubs ranging from Juop Acapella to the Madison Literary Journal. So lots to do on campus. We also have a lot of identity-based organizations. There's cultural communities. These are going to range from the Multicultural Student Center to a Black Cultural Center, Gender and Sexuality Campus Center, a Sikh Student Association. So students looking for those identity-based organizations will definitely be able to find them. The arts and festivals, performing and visual arts, also very popular on campus. I think a really great example of the different directions you can take this. We have shows ranging from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar to Evil Dead the Musical, so two very different directions right there. As far as Greek life goes on campus, apologies if you can hear my dog barking in the background, someone had the audacity to walk by. But Greek life, about 13% of our students do get involved in Greek life. Unlike a lot of colleges and universities, it's there if you want to participate in. It's not something you have to do to have a social life on campus. Because with over 1,000 student organizations, you'll be able to find your people, find ways to get involved in the community. Greek life, how you want to do that, that's an option for you. For athletics on campus, we have intramurals and sports clubs. Those are going to be student run, and you're going to compete either with other UW students or locally, regionally, probably against some of the colleges and universities here with us today. So that's a little bit less of a time commitment than students who might be pursuing our Big Ten athletics, who want to be varsity athletes. Students who are interested in that should reach out to the coach of the sport you're interested in, and that's how you get that process rolling. But on the flip side, it's also really fun to be a community member as well, to show support for Badger athletics. I'm the first to admit that I'm not a sports person. I can barely dribble and shoot a basketball, but it's still really fun, right, to show support for the team. Everybody is going to be wearing red on game day, and there's that kind of great camaraderie. So it's fun, even if you're not quote into athletics. Just going to wrap up real quickly by talking about admissions review and deadlines and requirements and things like that. So we do have a holistic admission review, like a lot of our friends here tonight. And just what that means for UW-Madison is that we don't have any formulas, we don't have any minimum GPAs, and we're really going to review every element of your application and really consider the context in which you're educated. So we're going to look at your school profile. We're going to see, kind of what the deal is with your high school, so we can really understand your story. And we're going to look at every part of that application. So we're going to be looking at your transcript, look at those courses and grade. We're going to be looking at the one letter of recommendation that we do require. And we're also going to be looking at the essays we have. So it depends on which app you're applying with. We're on both the Common App and the UW System app. With the Common App, first essay is going to be one of the 7 prompts available to you. And the first essay for the UW System app is going to ask you about an experience of yours, how it influenced you. And that second essay is going to ask you why Wisconsin. And that's your opportunity to talk about why you want to come to UW, what you hope to get out of your time here. And I see Anna's back on screen, so I'm going to wrap up there, but definitely check out our website for some more great information. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And now I just want to invite everyone to come back on and do a quick round of Q&A. So in the same order that you presented in, starting with Viterbo University, just share what advice you would give someone going through the college search process. I can't hear you, and you're not muted, but do you want to try and unmute and mute again? Okay, we'll circle back and give you another chance.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Some advice I would just give to students going through the college search process, just really think about long-term factors. anything that could help with retention or how your experience is going to be, sense of belonging. So thinking about academics, geographic area, student atmosphere, just the feel of the campus, things that you might not realize right away, and city and surrounding area. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, I believe I'm next here, and that's great advice. And I would kind of follow that up by saying that college reps aren't scary people, and just be mindful of that, right? Like, we're all here to support you and help you with your college search. So never hesitate to, ask questions, kind of compare and contrast different school types, and use us as resources as you go throughout all of your search.
Getting great advice. I would say to definitely reach out and consider schools that maybe you haven't heard of. Hopefully tonight you came here thinking of hearing one specific school, and maybe you heard something new about another school and now you're interested and it's on your list. Just don't consider the schools that all your friends are going to. College is a time for you to really figure out who you are as a person and become yourself. And you can't do that if you're sticking around the same people all the time. So consider some schools that maybe not everyone is going to.
Great advice, Kat. I think for me personally, my recommendation to students is say yes. Say yes to this process and to all of the opportunities that await you in college, because you may have one idea or one plan in mind for yourself. But if you say yes to an opportunity to go hang out with new people on your residence floor or try out a new club, you'd be amazed at what opportunities are going to open up before you and what those opportunities are going to lead to. Maybe you'll become an admissions counselor like us.
I think I really echo what Catherine and Jeanette said. Don't do what I did during the college process and fake being sick so you didn't have to do an overnight. Give every college a fair shake and make sure you're really exploring and giving yourself the grace to do that.
Unfortunately, no, we still can't hear you.
How about now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So the piece that I would give is really, if you have, again, regardless of what school you're looking at, really try to think of applying to scholarships as like a job for you. For an hour of work, even if you only get $50 of scholarship money for an hour of digging, if you were babysitting and the family said they'd give you $50 an hour, you'd go to that house as much as you could. And so really try to think of applying to scholarships at all these different schools like it's a job, right? And really try to frame it in an analogy that I gave you as well, in terms of how much money you're making maybe per hour of work, because it really will add up over the lifetime of you doing that for several months.
Great. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, everyone that presented. When you go to close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back at the schedule and sign up for more sessions, and you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings at drivescan.com/Illinois. So good night, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening.